Welcome to the road to 1 million US dollars, and let's get right into the Bitcoin chart for today. In this video, we're going to talk about the lower and the higher time frames. And as always, guys, nothing in this video is my personal opinion. I will only be sharing the objective technical analysis and nothing more. Now, first of all, on this 4-hour time frame, we have indeed seen a breakout of this reversal pattern in the form of this falling wedge. So right here, we broke out at about 103K, which confirmed this price target of 106.5K. This is currently the level that I am targeting. However, there are going to be some potential warning signals to look out for on the even lower time frames, which I will show you in just a second. For now, you just need to keep in mind that this is a technical uptrend that we are in on this lower time frame, that there is a technical price target of 106.5K, and that we have resistance along this descending trend line at about 105.7K. Now, coming to this 2-hour time frame, you can see that we are in the process of actually breaking out above this parallel channel, this sideways range that we were in. However, if you are seeing a break above and then seeing candle closes back inside again, that is already going to be a bit of a short-term warning signal. Therefore, in this case, this 104.5K level is an important area to keep an eye on. However, like I said, this ascending trend line that we are currently trading above is taking precedent here, in the sense that this is more important than if we are getting candle closes just slightly below here, for example. Now, something else I quickly wanted to point out was the fact that we took a look at these Bollinger Bands over the weekend, because we were basically just chopping sideways here, and typically that results in the Bollinger Bands squeezing the Bitcoin price, which precedes a big move coming for Bitcoin. And notice that at this point, the Bollinger Bands really started squeezing the price, and this preceded this big pump that we saw on the lower time frames. Now it is just a matter of seeing if this pump is going to continue further to the upside, and there are some signals pointing towards this being possible. Like, for example, on this 12-hour time frame, we also have a confirmed bullish divergence here, which, like I've been saying over the last couple of days, typically points towards us getting a break from all of this bearish price action we saw here recently, either in the form of some choppy sideways price action or potentially some bullish momentum. Now, since we are still in a technical downtrend on the even higher time frames, once again, which I will show you in just a second, that does make this a higher risk setup here if you are looking at this as a bullish setup. And of course, the same goes for everything that I've shown you earlier in this video as well, because we are still in a technical downtrend on this 1-day time frame, forming lower highs and lower lows, and therefore, so long as we are not at least breaking above 111K in the Bitcoin price with candle closes, preferably actually getting candle closes above 115.5K, then I am simply forced by the charts to be bearish biased, even while taking advantage of possible short-term moves to the upside on the lower time frames. So hopefully it makes sense to you that there can be a difference between the different time frames. And if you want to learn to understand this properly, then I do have a free trading course where I teach you all the basics of technical analysis in about 1 hour of educational content. So you can go ahead and check that out on rt1m.com if you are interested. Now, for the Bitcoin ETF flow tables today, guys, I have no new data because, like I said yesterday as well, the Bitcoin ETFs do not trade over the weekends. So therefore, we are going to check back in with this in the upcoming week. Stay tuned for that. And now lastly, let's take a quick look at the Bitcoin liquidation heat map, because typically the Bitcoin price gets attracted to where there is the most liquidity on this chart. Like, for example, we had this big area of liquidity here around this 105K level. Now the Bitcoin price has been attracted to that level, taking out a bunch of liquidity here. There is still a bit more liquidity to the upside as well at 105.6K, but most of the liquidity is sitting at about 112,000 in the Bitcoin price. Keep in mind though that there is still a bunch of liquidity to the downside. I'm first going to show that on the higher time frames. So for example, right here at about 98K, there is still a massive amount of liquidity. Same thing about 99K and 93K as well. This is also why I keep saying on the higher time frames that I am basically forced by the charts to be bearish biased because we still have a bunch of liquidity down here and we are still in this bearish structure for now. However, like I said, on the 2-week time frame, for example, most of the liquidity is actually to the upside. So this has been today's market update. Make sure to check out Blowfin with the link in the pinned comment down below this video, guys, because you can claim up to $3,000 in deposit bonuses. And this is for the first 100 people that create a new account with the link in the pinned comment below this video. Here you can see all the bonuses that you get for depositing. And make sure to read all these rules here as well if you're going to go for this. One last thing, because I personally trade on Blowfin as well, guys, I actually negotiated a 15% cashback on all trading fees. So on top of this cashback for your deposit bonus, you also get a 15% cashback on any trading fees that you get while trading. So I highly recommend you guys check this out. But regardless, if you do end up doing that or not, thank you for watching once again, and I will see you tomorrow in the next one.